Hello, Lakers fans. This is Wilson. I'm joined by one of my prestigious co-hosts, Jason Big Mitch Mitchell. Uh, the other guys aren't with us tonight. Hopefully next week we'll all be together again. Um, so tonight we just wanted to quickly get into a few things, man. Lakers Summer League, Team USA, uh, maybe a little bit of that Jalen Brown, Derek White controversy. I wanted to talk about LeBron having a what do you call it
Trade kicker.
straight kicker, which I didn't know until today that he had a straight kicker. I listened to Bill Simmons talk about it with Ryan Russillo. They couldn't figure it out. And then maybe some House of the Dragon at the end and whatever else would come up. But yeah, man, Mitch, where do you want to start? You want to start with Summer League? Uh, but
Yeah, yeah. I mean,
but yeah, go ahead.
it's been rough. Summer League's been rough this year. Um, Dalton Connect. I mean, his numbers like overall looks good. So uh, at this point, oh man. So tonight he put up 19 points on 7 of 21 shooting, 2 for 6 from three, 3 or 4 from the free throw line. 3 rebounds, 2 assists, 3 steals, a block, 3 turnovers. Like the 19 is good, but I would love for his shooting percentage to go up because I mean, you know, if he gets some minutes in the regular season, he's not gonna get 21 shots. So it'd be nice to get that percentage to be more efficient. And I definitely said it before, but I mean, I'll say it again. I you take summer league with a grain of salt. Probably learn more, a little bit more from preseason than you do from summer league. Um, and then of course Bronny. So I mean, he hasn't. His offense has been. His offense has been nowhere to be found really. Um, I didn't get to see this game, but last game, the first game of the Vegas Summer League, he was very, very aggressive. I I I liked seeing it. I like seeing him aggressive. Um, he hasn't hit a three yet. I think at this point, so he was 0 for 3 from three tonight. So now overall he's 0 for 15 from three. Uh, I, I mean, I think his shot will come around. I feel like it definitely takes rookies a while to get adjusted to that 3 point line. Even like even natural born shooters, coming from college to the NBA, it takes them it takes them a minute sometimes to adjust to the NBA 3 point line after shooting from the college three for so long. So I think his shot will come along. How much can we really expect from a second round pick? A second round pick who many probably believe he probably should have waited. He probably should have did another year in college. But I mean, again, uh, I think anybody given the chance would want to play in the NBA with their dad. So I I don't blame him. I don't know if anybody really blames him, but I mean, we gotta we gotta call it how we see it. And right now, his offense, I mean, it's just not there. Uh, his defense, he's been playing some good defense though, so that's definitely a positive sign. it's also a good sign because JJ Redick keeps telling us how Bronny's going to be like the star of their like developmental program. So there's a lot to work with. There's a lot to work with, and there's only up from here. He can't get worse. So let's really see, how JJ and the Lakers are able to develop Bronny. Um, there's a lot to work with. He's an athletic kid. Um, I do see an upside. I don't know if I said it here, but I mean, I could see his ceiling being something of a Derek Fisher, Drew Holiday type of player. That's nothing to sneeze at. They both, very solid NBA veterans who play defense, who do the little things, and they knock down shots when they're called upon. So I see that. I definitely see that as being his ceiling. And if that's his ceiling, that would be amazing. He would have a great NBA career. Didn't Drew? I mean, Drew Holiday just got paid really nice from them dirty, rotten, nasty, ugly, stupid Celtics. So there's only up from here from Bronny. As far as the team as a whole, I mean, my goodness, I would love to see. I know it doesn't matter, but sheesh, I would love to see them win a game. You know what I mean? Like, I would love to see them win a game. Um, and I think other people that have stood out. Um, Kuzi, Kuzi from the summer league team. The last game, he was hooping. He was hooping. Looks like he didn't play tonight. Um, and then Henson, he played tonight. He was 2 for 4 from three tonight. Um, so I would love to see Henson and Kuzi get training camp invites. I think that would be interesting. And then Maxwell Lewis, he looked solid last game. Looks like he was 4 for 12 tonight with 13 points, 3 for 8 from three, but he made both his free throws. So, I mean, I know Maxwell Lewis just got a contract from us, so I know he'll be in training camp. But yeah, Kuzi and Hinton, I would love to see them get training camp invites and kind of see where they land with the main club. But like I said, connect and connect for sure. There's a lot. I mean, there's definitely room for improvement for sure. And then Bronny, there's definitely room for improvement. So I'm curious to see how how the JJ Redick developmental program will turn out. Curious to see how that's going to go.
Um, Ronnie, once again, Ronnie. If you watch everybody else on the court, right? Really on both teams, but especially I'm focused on the Lakers when I watch. I haven't
Yeah.
watched that much. Everybody else plays like they have something to prove, like they have a spot they're trying to earn,
Hmm.
except Bronny. Bronny plays like somebody whose dad is a billionaire. That's how Bronny plays. Tonight, I think he had 3 points, 3 rebounds, 1 assist, or 3 points, 1 rebound, 3 assists. Like, and that's pretty much the same type of stat line he would put up. And he played 25 minutes. So how do you play?
Yeah,
It's like Bronny.
2 points.
What's the deal? I don't understand. Why can't? What is he doing? You have to do something, Bronny. You can't
He's
just
trying
run
to play the right
around.
way. He's trying to play the right way.
But you have to. You. I mean, I know they call Shane Battier the no stats all star. But bro, you gotta have some stats, Bronny. You gotta do something. You can't play 25 minutes and just get. There's nobody in the NBA who can play, who's like a regular rotation minute player, who we know. Okay, he's getting 20 minutes tonight, and he just runs around and does nothing every night. Like even if you're a great defensive player, you got to give me something else, you know. And he just doesn't. And I don't know with each game, passing game, it's like, bro, where's the game? And it's just summer league, man. Like, jeez, bro, where's the game where he's gonna like Ronnie? Give me 15 points and 5 rebounds and 5 assists. Show me that you wanted someone. And he just hasn't done it. And he didn't do that at USC. And now I know he's young; he's only 19. But most of the kids that come in the league these days are 19. You know, so he's just
Mhm.
I don't know, man. I'm it's I don't know, that's was like I said, man. Because what's weird is that I think he can play. Like I guess he doesn't shoot it that well. His dad didn't shoot it that well when he first came in either. I was a knock on his dad when his dad first came in. But I feel like the kid has all the tools to be a good player, but it's like
Mhm.
there's just something missing, a certain drive or dedication or focus or whatever it is. It's like it's just there's something missing. So, but I guess we could transition into like I wanted to talk about LeBron. I was
Yeah.
watching a clip from Bill Simmons' podcast. He was talking to Ryan Russilli about LeBron having a 15% trade kicker, meaning if he were to get traded, he would get a 15% boost, I guess, on his salary, right? And
Mhm.
so I didn't know that. We talked. I don't know if we talked about his contract last week. I forgot. But I didn't know that until today. I knew that he'd taken a slight pay cut, but it was just confusing to me, and Bill was confused. Rosilio couldn't figure it out because of course he signed the no trade clause. Only two people in the NBA have a no trade clause. That's
Yeah.
LeBron and Bradley Beal. Now Bill, I think there were people in the comments on YouTube were saying that Bill also has a trade kicker. I didn't fact check that, but I just want to understand if okay, they hired your podcast co-host. They drafted your son. You resign. You sign a no trade clause, but you have a 15% trade kicker. To
Yeah.
me, that's saying what I thought from the beginning of the offseason or from that first press, the exit interview after the last game against Denver, where they asked him, have you played your last game against Lakers?" He said, "I want to answer that." And Red saw all this stuff. He was saying everybody else was saying, "Well, it's just it's it's just what Rich and LeBron always do." But I feel like he had a 1 foot out the door when the season ended, and I feel like he still has that foot out the door now. Like he's still thinking about leaving and possibly finish his career elsewhere, probably trying to win a one last championship. Now, Julio made the great point that basically the assets that it would take to acquire LeBron, a player who's making $50 million a year, who's going to want to part with those assets in order to get LeBron, right? And of course, he's not going to go to Charlotte. He's only going to want to go to a team where he has a chance to win a championship. But if you have to give up $50 million worth of assets to get LeBron, that kind of defeats the purpose, right? So,
Yeah.
what you have any thoughts on that?
You know, I mean, I think I just think LeBron is a businessman. I'm not sure if I don't think I don't believe LeBron wants to play anywhere else. But at the same time, he doesn't necessarily want to paint himself into a corner. You like if that makes sense. I think he's a good businessman, and uh, I think again he doesn't want to play anywhere else, but he also, I mean, he at least he I feel like he always wants that safety net. I mean, I feel like it's always been like with his contracts, right? I mean, he always gets a player. He always does, pretty much shorter term deals with the player option, so that he has the option to to eject if he wants to, if he needs to. I mean, he's held the power over his teams pretty much his whole career, right? Like this, I feel like this is nothing really new for LeBron. It's just LeBron being LeBron, Rich Paul being a good agent and protecting his client just in case something happens. I'm sure they don't expect anything to happen. I'm sure LeBron doesn't want anything to happen. I'm pretty sure he wants to finish up here in LA in the purple and gold. But, you know, just in case, you never know. You know, I think he has to protect himself, given the worst case scenario where just something super sour happens, which, like you mentioned, like the Lakers will bend over backwards to make sure that nothing sour happens with LeBron. You already mentioned it. They hired JJ. They drafted Bronny. Like the Lakers will bend over backwards to do whatever it takes to keep LeBron James and the James family happy. So I don't think too much of it. I just think it's a safety net that Rich and LeBron, it's just something that they love to have. It's just good business. It's just good business.
Okay.
I
This week, so that's all the Lakers fault, right? For this week, I mean, we really are smack dab in the middle of the off season now. So,
Right. At least we still got summer league going though. I mean, it's something
yeah,
something to watch. It doesn't look like these kids will make a run towards that summer league championship. But man, can they win a game? Like, should we be worried? Should we be worried that they can't like win a game?
but it doesn't feel good, right? They lose
It-
every game. Bronny is trash. Dalton Connect is inefficient as a scorer. The Cousy kid, is he related to Bob Cousy? Is that another case of nepotism?
no, 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 definitely different spell. It's like Kuhse.
Oh, okay. Okay, all
Yeah,
right. Okay.
yeah.
Well, and then I don't know. Maxwell Lewis, Colin Castleton. You know, I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm trying to find a player comparison for Dalton Connect, and I kind of can't. I don't think like Kyle Korver was just a different level of pure shooter, than Dalton Connect.
Definitely.
But Kyle Korver, even in college, his 3-point shooting percentage was crazy, even in college, right? Now
Yeah.
Dalton Connect, somebody so I've never compared. I don't do cross racial comparisons. So the guy's
Oh.
white, I compare him to a white player. If he's black, I compare him to a black player. Although I did compare Bronny to Alex Caruso. But I don't know. Connect has good size. He can shoot it. He can really score at all three levels.
Yeah.
It's hard for me to find think of a white guy who I probably have to go through each team and try to think back to you know remember Wally Zerbiak. He was a good player. Um, but I don't know. This Connect kid doesn't quite seem like that to me. Um, so we'll just have to see what happens. Now the Lakers do have also have LeBron and AD um, playing for Team USA. Uh, I know. Look, AD played well tonight, didn't he? I think LeBron and AD have both been playing well. I know they only played. They played two exhibitions now, Canada and Australia.
Australia today, this morning. I caught
Right.
most of it, but I mean, it was during work, so it was hard to like fully like lock into the game. Um, but I mean, first of all, like especially AD. Like I feel like because of LeBron, who he is, and what he's meant to the NBA, and what he's meant to the Olympic team as well. I think it's okay that he wants one final dance with the Olympic team. I think I think it's okay, even though he's going to be 40 this year. So I would love my 40-year-old superstar to be at home, being a family man during the off season. Um, but given the circumstances, okay, live with it. But Anthony Davis, my goodness, uh, listen, I know he played 76 games last season, which probably like his highest total since like what 2017. So I mean, when our cornerstone player has a problem with being injured, I would have loved for the Lakers to do exactly like the Clippers did. Call up Team USA and be like, "Hey, send our boy back home." Yeah, no, no, no. I know. He got the pictures. Yeah, I'm glad you guys got the pictures of him in the jersey. No, 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 no. We need him. Send him back home. He can't go to Paris. His permission slip was not signed. So yeah, no, I do not like that AD's over there. I'm sorry. Like, man, like I get that. I really do understand that. It's so cool to like be a part of Team USA, and I know he wanted to be like a bigger part of the team this time. Be with the Olympic team. But dude, speaking as a Laker fan and not like a U.S. citizen, like I need AD at home training and not putting himself in harm's way. Um, so, yeah, I wish the Lakers would have. I wish the Lakers wouldn't have signed his permission slip, and he'd have to come back like Kawhi had to come on back.
But
I, I think it's crazy that Kawhi even thought that. I think it's crazy that Kawhi thought he could miss out on the entire Clippers playoffs, show up to Vegas, jet off to Paris, and then play with Team USA. Like how did you think that was going to be okay? You trying to tell me your knee wasn't good enough to play in the playoffs, but now all of a sudden you can go gallivanting off in Paris with LeBron and Steph and KD? Hell nah. Your permission slip will not be signed. Bring yourself back to LA. I'm glad you got a free trip to Vegas. But yeah, I mean, good for the Clippers looking after their investment and looking after what's best for the Clippers. And I honestly wish the Lakers would look after the Lakers too, because I mean, AD, I mean, he just you know knock on wood, obviously, but man, we need him to we need him to stay healthy, and so we'll see how it goes. Like I don't like I like with this with the way that this roster is constructed, don't expect this team to lose. Um, it has. I mean, it has looked a little disjointed at times, but there's way too much talent this time for them to like lose an actual game. I think so. Like if they lose a game, I'll be surprised for sure.
now, Mitch, I don't mean to pull the rug out from under you, but if you go on the ESPN app and you look at their top stories, you'll
Okay.
find an article in which Lawrence Frank, the like the decision maker with the Clippers, he says that the Clippers are disappointed that the the Team USA sent Kawhi home. Grant Hill, Grant Hill said,
Oh my goodness.
Grant Hill said that the Clippers and them, they had, converged on that decision. But Lawrence Frank said he was there for the first two practices. Kawhi looked good, and that the Clippers are very disappointed that Kawhi was sent home and replaced by Derek White, which we'll get to in a second.
My goodness. So what the hell is the truth around here? Because I definitely heard the report that it was decision
That's
between the
what Grant
Clippers
Hill
and
said, but Lawrence Frank called him a damn liar.
ah, dang. Woo. Man, we got controversy out here now with Team USA and Kawhi's knee. What the hell is going on around here? What the, why is there all this like weird controversy like surrounding Kawhi? Like he's the he's the quietest superstar in NBA history, and there's always just like some like weird controversy surrounding him. Like that's so weird. That's so weird.
Um. Okay, so but how do you feel about um them replacing Kawhi with Derek White and Jaylen Brown? Who I don't think you like Jaylen Brown. You probably like. I don't think you. I know you don't like Jason Tatum. You don't like anything green, right?
Nope.
But Jaylen Brown, he had a problem with them picking his teammate Derek White as Kawhi's replacement. It's gonna be awkward at the ring ceremony, uh, at media day when they start their title defense. Do you have any thoughts on that? Because and by the way, Jaylen Brown, he's had Bernice Burgos. He's with Kaiser now. He was at the game tonight. There was a clip. Did you see that clip, Mitch, where it seemed like he was saying, "I don't think Bronny is a pro." He was sitting courtside with Kaiser and Angel Reese, and people were lip reading, and it seemed like that's what he said. Uh, but do you have any thoughts on like if he thinks it's a Nike thing because Jaylen Brown has problems with like big companies,
Hmm.
and I guess Nike are they the sponsors for Team USA?
Oh yeah, they've been sponsors for a minute now.
Because remember back in '92, right, when it was Reebok, because
Yeah.
Jordan got up there when they won the gold, and Jordan covered the Reebok sign, right?
Yeah.
So, but that's what people, because I guess Jaylen Brown is like very vocal about like social issues and stuff, and he has problems with Nike and big companies. And so he was saying that basically that he did, I guess maybe not those words, but that Nike made the call, and that's why Derek White was replaced. And it kind of doesn't make any sense because it's like if you want Team USA's explanation was that they wanted a player like Derek White, like a role player, like how they started doing back in '08. They'd have that one guy who was like not a superstar, right?
Yeah.
Well, it doesn't make any sense because if you really wanted to do that,
They already got that guy.
who?
They already got Drew Holiday.
Right, that's true. They already have Drew Holiday, and so if you wanted that guy, if you wanted Derek White in that capacity, then you would have had him on the team in the first place, which
Yeah.
they didn't. So, do you have any thoughts on that at all? Or
Them passing over Jaylen Brown for Derek White. I mean, picking a Celtic over a Celtic. I mean, it's just terrible on terrible decisions. Um, in my opinion, through my purple and gold colored glasses, being unbiased, I don't get it because yeah, we like the team already has a guy like that. You already have Drew Holiday on the squad. Or never mind. Let me change my mind. I guess I do get it. You want to add more. You want to add more glue guys to a team like that. I guess you. I mean, you clearly have enough firepower already. I don't already change. Yeah, I don't already change my mind. Yeah, you got enough firepower on the team already. So I guess logically it does make sense to just add another glue guy to the team. Um, but I mean, the whole point of Team USA is to really sacrifice your game to fit the team. And uh, unbiased, I think that's exactly um, that's exactly what the Celtics. That's what they did this past year in order for them to be successful. They sacrificed a lot of their own personal game to make the team as a whole better. So a guy like Jalen Brown could have easily come into the team, sacrificed, and done whatever the team needed. You know what I mean? So I I think they probably should have picked the NBA Finals MVP. I think they should have given the basketball character that he's shown. I think they should have picked him um, over his teammate. But in the same breath, I mean, Derek White, he does a lot of little things that affect winning, and I mean, it's hard to pass up on a glue guy like that. So logically, I get what they're trying to do. They're just trying to add another glue guy to an already stacked Team USA. Um, but I don't think it would have made much difference, if they would have just added Jalen Brown. And if Jalen Brown has a problem with it, good for him. He should definitely have an attitude about it, and he should carry it into the season. It's not going to do him any good because he's still on the dirty, rotten, nasty, stinking, ugly Celtics. So, but there's no way they go back to back. They better not. They better not. I don't know what I would do with myself. Oh my goodness, I got the heebies just thinking about it. They need to be stopped. Somebody has to stop them. Giannis, Dame, please. Like, where you at? Please get it together. Uh, no, the Villanova Knicks, please. I need you. Indiana Pacers, I need y'all to grow up. Mr. Halliburton, please stop these fools next season, please. Oh my gosh. An early look. I think it's up to the Nova Knicks. I think it's got to be up to the Bucks in order to stop these monsters, these
What about the
animals.
Sixers with Paul George?
Oh shoot, you're right. There's the other one, and the Sixers. But listen, health is going to play a big important part for the Sixers. If like when you talk about Sixers, you always have to say if they're healthy. Will Paul George be healthy? Will Embiid be healthy? So we'll see how the Sixers go. They've got a chance to do some big things though. Could this be the team that that can get Paul George into the NBA Finals? Could it finally happen? Hmm.
Well, I'll tell you one thing, man. I saw a preview of the Intuit Dome. Somebody did a video. I don't know if you've seen it. If I were Paul George, I wouldn't have left the Clippers no matter what. I would have taken 3 years, 150. I would take whatever they give me, just so I could go and play half my games in the Intuit Dome because it looks amazing. Uh,
I saw like maybe like an early video a while ago. I mean, I was trying to tell you, boy, Shea Murray, man, it looks dope in there. Like,
yeah, that's why the locker room. I was like, God, man. And they got all kind of stuff in there
man,
in the arena. It's not just it's more than just the arena that the court don't play on. They got like a
yeah,
practice court and like a little other little some little bit, you know. So
it's
yeah.
crazy. It's
Um,
gonna be good. It's gonna be good.
mhm,
It's gonna be a good stadium
yeah.
arena.
Um, Mitch, do you have anything to say about the attempted assassination of Donald Trump? I know you like to stay out of politics.
Um, hmm. You come at the king, you best not miss. what I'll say about the attempted assassination. I think for that guy, Mr. Trump, listen, brother, it it sucks to say, but like you reap what you sow. He's not a good person. He's never shown himself to be a good, decent human being. Um, he's got quotes up and down everywhere, um, supporting gun rights. So, you know, I never wish death on nobody. At the same time, though, like you reap what you sow. Like I believe he's not a great person, and I believe his demons came back to haunt him. Like all his support for the NRA and everything like that. There it is. All his support for the the good fine people. I mean, there it was. So it's like I'm surprised that somebody like actually did it, but like not surprised if that makes sense.
Yeah. I guess I'm on the other side of the aisle as you. I was unnerved, startled, I was shook by the assassination attempt. But it would have been the same way though, even if it had been a Democrat. It was because, like I said, this is the first time during our lifetime that
Yeah, I guess
something
so.
like this happened. Assassination attempt on even a former president, but he's formerly been the president, now he's running again. So it was definitely not a good feeling. It's the panic that it puts in the people. Something like this happens. It's not good. Imagine if the guy had succeeded, what would have happened? It might have been a civil war, as people were saying. So, uh, and of course tonight he accepted the nomination in Milwaukee. Earlier in the day, he announced his VP pick, which would be JD Vance, I think. So, but yeah, man, it's looking like Trump full steam ahead. November, man, it's gonna be another Trump party. Sorry. Uh, but
What a time to be alive. What a time to be alive.
yeah, somebody said something funny. Like, remember when we were in high school and Mr. Loftus was teaching us history, and Howard Dean got up there and he said, "Y'all,"
Yeah.
and they said,
Yeah.
"This guy is out of here." And this guy ain't about to be anybody's president. he was
I thought that
done
was the
for.
weird. I thought that was the weirdest thing though.
He
Like,
was done for. And now you look at this stuff, bro. It's like wrestling, So
right?
that's
Like,
weird.
man, he was Howard Dean was ahead of his time. He
He's
was
a
ahead of
man.
his time.
You
He
feel
was
like
ahead of his
when you have
time.
like it's like they say like Reggie Bush. You put Reggie Bush in today's game, he'd be an All Pro and a Hall of Famer. He was
Man.
a little bit too far, a little bit too early. Howard
Really?
D was a little too early. um. So, that's something. Okay. So I guess right here at the end, you got anything for the last episode of House of the Dragon? I know that the I guess the episode we talked about last week, right? That was the real like. There's so much momentous events happening, right? So of course
Yeah.
they can't come. When they come back this week, it's going to be a bit of a letdown, if you will. Like, come down off that high, right?
Right. Right.
Uh,
Right. This
but
was
you,
this was a lot of the aftermath. Obviously,
right,
what? Yeah.
you got any? I know you love the show. You got any reaction?
Thank goodness Shane Murray and his nonsense are not here right now because, I mean, just like the first, I know what you mean though. Kind of like a letdown from having all that action It really felt like a true like Game of Thrones episode last week. Um, but this episode was more of what we come to like expect from House of the Dragon. Like it's really character driven. It's really like performance driven. Um, and even just like like I think what makes the House of the Dragon so good is just like is really everything about it. Like it really is performance driven, and exactly what Shane Murray hates because he's ridiculous is exactly what makes the show really good, right? Like, the beginning of the episode, you just kind of see Corlys um, walking up to his throne, and then you get a shot of Rhaenyra, and like you get to see and feel so much just from them just being like you. Nothing needs to be said, and like so much like what's like said in that moment without even saying anything. Um, and then even the opening shot, I think that was that I'm not sure if it was Driftmark or Dragonstone, but that opening shot was amazing. Oh man, coming up off the water onto the castle and the hill. Oh man, dang. I told Sheila, I was like, dang, is that CGI or is that like a real shot? Because that's a beautiful shot coming up over the water, and apparently it's half CGI, half real. So that's pretty cool. But yes, a lot of stuff in House of the Dragon. I love it just because so much can be said without it being said, and I love it. And then you get into the scene of like kind of like the aftermath of what happened with Aegon, and you can see Allison looking over at Aemon, and she notices that Aemon has the dagger. She knows that something is up. Um, and then we see Aemon, pretty much take control of the small council, and all of the men support the man, and they support Aemon over her. And so much is said without it being said, and she's just like she in that moment, sitting on the small council, she realizes she truly she truly fucked up. Like you can see it in her face, and I love that they put like that ringing sound, because it was really just like more realization, like there's really no going back. Like this all started because of me, and I've lost complete control of it, and there's nothing that I can do at this point. And I think we truly saw that realization in her face, while she's sitting on the small council, listening to Eamon, give directions. So
Yeah,
yeah, great.
I,
I thought it was a great episode still. Thought it was a great episode still though. Definitely.
yeah, I just want to think why do they have Allison? She looks. Well, how is she playing Aegon's mother? Like, how old is that actress? I don't. It's
Uh, she is not that old. I think she might be our age, low key.
right. And the other kid, I know he looks like he could be 16, right? Aegon, but he's actually like he's older than Aemon. I think Aemon is like 2 years younger than
I
Aegon in real
think,
life.
yeah, I think they're both like 27. I
Yeah,
think.
somewhere around there. So yeah, I thought that's interesting. And I'll just say that the only Targaryen that I acknowledge is Daenerys.
Amen to that.
These Targaryens, man, it's just too weird. It's just too much incest. I just can't. Daenerys was like, okay, she was gonna go with John, all right. But the other stuff,
It
man,
was accidental incest.
right?
I stand
Exactly.
by
He
that.
didn't. He didn't know. So, but these Targaryens, bro, it's just too many of them, and they're all weird, and the families split up, right? Because they're all related. All the blondes, white people on there, they're related to each other, right? Even whether House Hightower or House Targaryen, correct?
Yeah.
Right. So either half or full siblings or whatever, or uncle and niece, whatever it is. But no, I'll just say that I saw the scene where uh, you had the two twin swordsmen in the was it the King's Guard,
Yeah.
and one of them is with Hightower, the other one is with Targaryen, and the
Hmm.
one who's now the hand of the king, right? He sends one of the twins to go and pull it. And that to me, that's the like I haven't watched that much, but that's the best scene that I. Just that whole little sequence
Wow.
at the end as it unfolds. That's the best scene that I've seen in a little bit that I've watched.
Yeah.
But yeah, so
Really quick. So as far as the actors go, so Olivia Cook, who plays Alicent Hightower, she's actually 30.
30,
She's 30.
right,
And Hewan Mitchell, who plays Aemon Targaryen, is 27.
right. And Aegon is her son, right?
So Aemon is the one with one eye,
Right.
and he's 27. And yeah, he's her son.
Aemon is her son too.
Yeah, yeah, they're both her sons.
Both of them are her sons.
Yeah.
But that's ridiculous. What kind of casting is that?
Let's see. Yeah, yeah. It's crazy. It's crazy how close in age they are in real life.
Yeah, but even in the show, it's not like she's older and she looks 30. She is 30. It's not like she's 45, but she just happens to look younger. And no, she looks 30, and the other guys look 25. But she's the mother. All right.
Hmm.
So, look, if you got anything you want to say to an old friend of ours,
Yeah, so Herbert was gonna come on and he was gonna explain why the hell he hasn't watched House of the Dragon yet. Um, and he was also going to tell the people that Brody James is one to look out for. Herbert was going to come on and he was going to say that he was fully going to support LeBron James Jr. Um, but this week it wasn't Shane Murray's fault. It wasn't Shane Murray's ridiculousness' fault. But unfortunately, we still ran out of time. Sorry, Herbert.
sorry, Herbert. All right. So before we get
Well,
out of
fuck
here,
that.
there's
It
a
was
few
still Shane
reminders.
Murray's fault. And
If
all
you're
his
watching this on YouTube, hit that subscribe button next to the Complete Lakers
Shane
podcast.
Murray,
If you
you
prefer the audio version, remember to
lazy
rate, review, and
slacker.
subscribe to the show on Apple
I hope you
Podcasts.
hear this
The show is also on Anchor,
and
Spotify, Google Podcasts, Stitcher, iHeartRadio, and every
I
other
hope you
major
suck on it.
podcast. Make sure to follow the show on Twitter and Instagram at TC Podsport
You
and the
all
right
your
on Facebook.
takes are normally
Just search for the
wrong.
Complete
You
Lakers
rarely
podcast.
make a good
And
point.
finally, send feedback and mailback questions to Complete
I'm
Lakers
basically
podcast
dropping this track
at
right now.
gmail.com. We
I
are
hope
out.
he hears it. Fuck Shane.